All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're going to break down one of the most powerful concepts out there for scaling a business, Alex Hormozi's money model. I mean, this is the idea he used to build a portfolio of companies doing over $250 million a year. So the big question is, how does it actually work?
First things first, we gotta start with the problem. And trust me, it's a huge one. What is the single biggest killer of most businesses? The one thing that wipes out a jaw-dropping 82% of them? Yeah, 82%. Just let that number sink in for a second. That's a statistic that looms over every single decision an entrepreneur makes. Every risk, every payroll. So what's the real culprit here?
Well, here's the twist. The thing that takes down all those businesses, it's usually not a lack of effort. It's not even a bad product or service. Most of the time, it's a cash flow problem. The business just runs out of money to keep the lights on and, more importantly, to grow. And this is where the big idea from Alex Hormozi really clicks into place. As he says, you might not need to change your product at all. You might not need to reinvent your entire service. You might just have something wrong with the way you make money. You just need a better money model. So what is this magic solution? It's what Hormozi calls the $100 million money model. And its entire purpose is built around a really simple but incredibly powerful goal: getting more customers to spend more money with you and to do it in less time. Let's dig into what that actually means. Okay, so a money model isn't just about making a sale. It is a carefully engineered sequence of offers. The goal is brilliant. Every single new customer you bring in doesn't just pay for themselves. They pay for the cost to acquire at least one more customer. When you get that right, cash is no longer the thing holding you back. You've basically built a growth engine that funds itself. So how do you actually build one of these engines? Well, according to Hormozi, it all comes down to 4 core building blocks, or mechanisms, that you can stack, combine, and chain together in all sorts of creative ways. And here they are: attraction, upsell, downsell, and continuity. Think of these as the 4 fundamental levers you can pull to totally transform your cash flow, and you can often do it without even touching your main product. Let's just quickly run through what each one does. First up, the attraction offer. This is your front door, your welcome mat. It's something free or super low cost just to get a customer in. The key, though, is that it's designed from the ground up to lead them straight into a much bigger, much more profitable purchase. Next, you've got the upsell. This offer happens right after someone buys something. Their wallet is literally already out. It's the absolute perfect time to offer them more value and instantly increase how much they just spent with you. Now, if a customer says no to an offer, you hit them with a downsell. Instead of just losing that customer, you offer them something else at a lower price. It's all about salvaging a sale and turning a potential rejection into actual cash. And finally, we have the holy grail: continuity. This is all about getting customers to pay you over and over again, like a subscription. This creates that stable, predictable, stacking cash flow that is the absolute foundation of any truly scalable business. Okay, this all sounds amazing in theory, right? But does it actually work in the real world? Let's look at the proof, and we'll use a real example from Hormozi's own story, his very first gym. So his first model was the same as every other gym: spend a bunch of money on ads for a free trial. You know what? It was costing him $300 just to get one paying member, and it took him 3 whole months just to break even on that person. Then he changed just one thing: the attraction offer. Instead of a free trial, he did a win your money back challenge where people paid $500 up front. The result? Instant positive cash flow. That one single change let him scale to 6 locations in just 3 years. Same gym, same service, totally different money model. And the results? I mean, they can be absolutely explosive. Later, at his company Gym Launch, growth was kind of flat. So he introduced a single continuity offer, basically a bonus for signing up for a recurring service. In just 6 months, revenue went from under $400,000 a month to over $1.7 million a month. That is the insane power of stacking predictable income. Now for my favorite part: the ultimate proof. You know, it's one thing to teach a concept, but it's something else entirely to live it. And Hormozi's own launch for this very money model system was the ultimate masterclass. Here's the crazy part: the entire launch event that all this material comes from was itself a perfectly executed money model. He literally used the principles he was teaching to fund the entire massive launch. It's incredible. Let's just look at the numbers, because they are wild. To promote this thing, he spent over $4 million on ads,
But because the event itself had its own sequence of offers, it generated over $6 million in revenue. So the launch didn't just break even, it was profitable from day one, funding its own insane growth in real time.
So the crucial point in all of this is pretty simple. You don't always need a new product. You don't always need a bigger team or millions in venture capital to grow. Sometimes the single most powerful thing you can do is just change the way you sell what you already have. A better money model can be the key that unlocks absolutely everything.
And as Hormozi himself says, this skill, it really is a bridge. It's the thing that can close that gap between the business you have right now and the one you're dreaming of building. So the final question is pretty simple. What would changing your money model do for you?